Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. I am Aisha Tahirawan and a core team member from Girls Fly Pakistan team, and I'll be moderating for today's session. I welcome you all in today's session regarding Commonwealth Scholarship. Since applications are open and the deadline is coming up, so that's the perfect time to ask away all the questions and queries and clear up any confusions or doubt. So I am very glad to have you all today from all parts of the Pakistan. Before we kick off, I would like to introduce Miss Gail. She is the founder and CEO of Girls Fly Global. She is the driving force behind empowering girls and giving them wings to fly. I am excited to hand it over to Miss Gail. The floor is yours now.
Thank you so much, Aisha. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. And I want to extend an extra special thank you to those that have been following and attending all of our scholarship and speaker series. I'm Gail Sylvia Pullen, as Aisha shared. I am the founder of Girls Fly, and I'm based here in Ohio in the United States. We are a global organization with an amazing team of leaders, including men in Pakistan. This series has been organized and curated by an amazing team that consists of Aisha, Harem, Imrana, Barak, and many others, Sabat, as well. So thank you so much again for being here. To our special guest, Hashim Khan, we appreciate you taking the time to share your knowledge, your experiences, and your insight with everyone. That aligns perfectly with why Girls Fly exists. We want to be a resource to you in establishing access to information that's valuable, resources that is helpful in moving your visions forward for your life, and relationships that are global. And that includes financial relationships. Our focus is on financial literacy, accessing money and capital in every stage of life, including scholarships. So enjoy today's sessions. I hope that I get to meet and work with you all when I come to Pakistan next year. In the meantime, I'll turn it back over to Aisha.
Thank you, Ms. Gail. And now we'll move towards the speaker of today's session, Mr. Hashim Khan. He is a recipient of both Commonwealth and Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship. He is a graduate from NEST with a degree in mechanical engineering, and he was also a gold medalist. And then he pursued his master's in automotive engineering from UET Lahore. With all that, I would like to hand it over to Mr. Hashim, and you can continue with your presentation now.
Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great weekend or morning wherever they are in the world. And thank you, Girls Pakistan, for having me over for the evening. And thank you, Miss Gail, for having me over. I would like to share a bit some of the tips that I have used over the past year for applying for different scholarships. I have applied for two scholarships this year, one of which was from Hungary and one of them was from UK. And the Hungary one's name was Stipendium Hungaricum, and the one that I received from UK was Commonwealth Scholarship, as we all know. So I would like to share some of the things that I changed this year while applying for the scholarships, and this is what this scholarship session is all about. So I would like to share my window. Is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is
Yes, it
visible.
is.
Okay, so let's begin. My agenda for today comprises of 5 parts. I will be briefly going over my introduction, and then I will be discussing the 3 important factors that I changed and I stressed on during my applications in scholarships this year. And another point which I recently have realized after talking to many Commonwealth scholars during my pre-departure session. Also, the premier hat test, the higher aptitude test, that is mandatory in order to apply for both Stipendum Hungaricum as well as Commonwealth. And we will also be discussing the few documents that you have to prepare in order to secure the scholarships, which are a mandatory part of the scholarship application process. So first off, who's Hashim? You guys already know me by my scholarship status, that I'm a Commonwealth Scholar. But who am I as a person? So there's this MBTI known as Myers-Briggs test indicators. So Myers-Briggs test indicators reveal that I am E, which means extroverted. I like to meet people, and I'm outgoing in nature, in the sense I like to socialize with everyone and anyone across the world. I am N. N reflects my intuitive nature, and this is what I want to stress about. Unlike you all who are receiving these scholarship CDs, I haven't seen any. I haven't received any. I work around. I revolve around my own intuition, and that is what I wanted to stress. That this scholarship advice may or may not be useful for me, but it is what worked for me. I'm a feeler and I'm a perceptive. F for feeling and P for perceptive. So I'm a person who feels for others, and I'm a person who finds meaning in different things. In I find meaning in innovating. I find meaning in building sustainable development goals. So I would like to move towards the big three factors that were really important during both of my application processes, and I think these are the three factors that made or break it for me, because I didn't include them in the year previous than this one, but I included them and focused on them and polished them this year. So I believe that these are the three factors that scholarship committees look into. So, first of all, is direction of you as a person. Second is relevance. How relevant is your degree, or how relevant is your major into the global scenario, into the goals that Commonwealth or Stipendum Hungaricum or any other scholarship organization seeks to achieve. And similarly, I also would like to stress upon brilliance, that is obviously assessed in all scholarship applications. And we would also dive deep into how brilliance should be assessed and should be presented while writing your scholarship application. Scholarship is a bid awarded to the highest bidder. It makes sense to me. This is how I view it. So, direction. Design a career path that shoots straight into the future. That is the definition of direction in terms of scholarship. So direction, what I want to do and why. What do you want to do and why you want to do it is the big question. Is the question that addresses direction. I would like to bring my case into how direction mattered for me. In 2016, when I was just doing my secondary school examinations, or as commonly known in Pakistan, matriculation, matric, I developed an indigenous shock absorber that could generate electricity from the currents that from the bumps that we receive on a bumpy road. In Pakistan, our road conditions are poor, so I sensed that and there is a need for an efficient shock absorber that could create bumps into uh, electricity, into useful energy. So this is the moment where I started delving deep into automotives. The scholarship application starts and it is deeply rooted into your childhood, as and childhood is exactly the focal point where all your passions, all your interests, and all your aspirations stem from. So Fast forwarding into 8 years, when I was in my final year at NAST University, and I was a part of a Formula student team, and promoting from a shock absorber, I was now doing a whole full-fledged Formula racing car type in us Formula team. So as you can see, there is a trajectory. There is a trajectory like the trajectory is moving on from matric, and it's moving towards bachelor's, and it's still in automotive. So the next place you're going to see is, unfortunately, death of my grandmother in March 2024 due to anaplastic thyroid cancer. I don't know if all of the people here know, but Lahore is arguably the second most polluted city in the entire earth. So the thing is, there is a statistic revealed recently that shows that on average, every person living in Lahore has their lifespan decreased by 7 years due to the unhealthy air that they have been breathing all their lives. Such was the case of my grandmother, and one of the reasons that this rare kind of cancer is created is stems takes place is the unhealthy air that you keep breathing all your life. So it has been an internal conviction to promote electrification in Pakistan, specifically due to personal reasons. And this is a turning point that made me believe that no, I just don't want to do automotives. I want to do electric automotives. I want to be a part and be a cog, be a machinery into the electrification of Pakistan. So this is what motivated me to apply to different scholarships. And as you can see, my passion and my personal conviction both played a part in my scholarship applications. And it is, I think it is totally okay, and it is totally understandable to mention your personal convictions into your scholarship applications. Why, and everything does not have to be academic or career oriented, and you can actually mention why you want to do something so badly. And it is, in my case, automotive mechatronics, which I want to pursue in Cranfield University at UK. And that university will be helping me securing the necessary knowledge I need to implement electrification in Pakistan. So Commonwealth Scholarship in September 2024, and electrification of Pakistan, inshallah, 2025. So you can see that there is a trajectory here, there is a pattern, there is a career path that is uh, carefully designed, that connects your past with your future. So that direction is what scholarship applications are looking at. Your academic background should be connected with what you want to study, and that should be connected further with what you want to do further into your future. This is the direction that many scholarship applications lack and are discarded because of relevance. I got what you want, I got what you need. You Receiving a scholarship is a two-way process. While you're receiving the scholarship committee also receives something, and that is you as an asset for your country. They want to know how you are relevant in the big picture. Electric vehicles in general means infrastructure. In order to implement electric vehicle, you need to have charging stations, you need to have a lot of batteries, you need to have backup batteries, and industry that makes batteries, that repairs batteries, etc, etc. But Pakistan, being a developing country, cannot afford that infrastructure. In Pakistan, rickshaws and the three wheelers and the two wheelers are the staple of intra-city transportation. According to a statistics, 24 million working or two-wheelers operate on the roads of Pakistan. Two-wheelers operate on the roads of Pakistan every day. So, and we also know how abundant rickshaws are in every city. So, if you want to electrify Pakistan, you cannot do so by electrification of your four wheelers. You also have to look into the subtle landscape, the niche of Pakistan, and the specific quality of the specific quality of vehicles that are running in Pakistan. So Pakistan has to introduce electrification at its own terms, and this is where I come into the picture. I present to the scholarship organization that I understand Pakistani landscape and want to gain knowledge to implement electrification in a way that is feasible for Pakistan. So this is one of the strong points that I had in my scholarship applications, that I convinced them that we know electrification is prevalent everywhere outside, but in terms of three-wheeler electrification, two-wheeler electrification, the work done is next to none, and I am all up for that. So they considered my applications. Brilliance. Scholarship committee is an investor. We need to internalize that. It's scholarship is an award, yes, but you are an investment. Scholarship committee is an investor, and who does an investor seek? An investor always prefers a safe investment. How do you make sure that your investment is safe? You make sure that your investment is safe by looking at its track record. And in terms of candidates, the track records is their past performance into their respective fields. If you are a good achiever, you're a performer, it shows that you are a safe investment. So the scholarship committee would hesitate to award scholarship to someone who has achieved absolutely who don't. It's not about achievement, it's about who doesn't have absolutely anything to write about they're passionate about. Why should you get the scholarship? Persistence drives passion. Say you start walking just as a hobby in a park every day. So in the park you'll notice that some people are walking slower than you and some people are walking faster than you, and some people will exceed you eventually. You might notice that some of the older people are also walking faster than you. So if you'll keep going and going every day, if you'll keep going to the park every day, you'll notice that there is this drive to outperform everyone else, and walk better, walk faster, walk farther than everyone else. So if you'll keep doing something as simple as just walking, it will turn you, it will give you a passion. So persistence drives passion. Whatever you'll do, you'll eventually get passionate about it, and passion brings accomplishments. This is something that scholarship committee realizes. You don't have to be awarded with huge gold medals, or you don't have to be awarded with huge accolades in order to secure the scholarship. You just need to exhibit something that you're passionate about. The passion brings accomplishments, and behind those accomplishments and the underlying thing that is being assessed is how much you're passionate about the thing you want to study, you want to pursue, you want to investigate further. Your accomplishments reflect what you strive for and how much. This is exactly why they mention that you want to be a successful person in order to secure scholarship. And STAR approach, situation, task, approach, and results, is an approach and that is effectively used throughout the world in resumes, in CVs, in interviews, and in scholarship applications, to effectively and concisely explain a situation in which you solved something and you were awarded with something. For example, I would like to mention my shock absorber once more. Situation, task, approach, and results. Situation. What's the situation? Bumpy roads were the situation in Pakistan, which I noticed that there's a potential to generate electricity in Pakistan, and just in Pakistan, not in developed countries, because developed countries do not have such irregular roads, so they do not need to develop such a kind of shock absorber. So the task at hand was to design something that generates mechanical into electrical. Approach was to use magnets and coils, and I used you're getting my point. You first describe the problem, then you describe the task that you want to achieve, then you approach the problem with the with an approach, and then you describe your results. The result was a working prototype of a shock absorber, which I then took here to national level and international level, and I competed with that shock absorber. The results is the accomplishment part where you brag about yourself. So this is how you describe a scholarship, describe an achievement. You just don't describe it like I competed internationally at some international competition. You start from the problem, then task, then approach, then results. I think many of us people do not understand how to cache their strong points, their accolades, their achievements. So we need to start doing that better. And one last thing that I have learned recently, that I would like to request everyone to add into their application, is that think of yourself like a national asset even before you have been awarded a scholarship. This is a scholarship reserved for Pakistanis. The Commonwealth is is delivered to all countries that fall under Commonwealth. However, the quota reserved for Pakistanis is only for Pakistanis. No Chinese, no other ethnicity can secure it. It is only reserved for Pakistani. If you didn't secure it, it would be awarded to another Pakistani. So think of this scholarship like a national asset. And after being awarded by this national asset, you become a national asset. Bear the sense of responsibility to better your country, and you should be able to reflect this sense of responsibility in your applications. Treat your time and energy like a scholarship holder, even when you are applying. In order to be treated important by the world, you need to treat yourself importantly first. Reflect how deliberate and thoughtful your decisions are in your application. This is very important. Some people choose Russell Group. Russell Group is the Ivy League of UK. Russell Group is the 14 most prestigious universities inside the UK. While applying for scholarships, people opt for Russell's Group because it is flashy, it is shiny, it is nice to tell people that I am doing my master from Oxford. However, a scholarship committee does consider what kind of university you're applying into. For example, in my case, Cranfield is not from Russell's Group. Cranfield is not in London. Cranfield is in a village called Cranfield Village. So why did I choose a Cranfield, a university that is based in village, while I could go anywhere on the scholarship money? I did so because that village, the university inside that village is ranked 28th in the mechanical engineering and is very relevant to my field and what I want to study. So they also consider what program you're applying in, and what university you're applying in. So it all has to make sense. It all has to be coherent. Your reason to study, where you want to study, what you want to do after study, what you have done before, what you have achieved before. It all has to make sense. Your application has to make sense. Adding a feather to your hat, you could notice that hat has three dots in it, HAT, because it is an abbreviation. Hat's English section is easy. Hat's math section is kind of doable if given enough practice. So just a second. I think I mixed the slides a little. This is the slide I want to talk about first. HAT is a test you must ace in order to get Commonwealth. This statement is limited only to Pakistan. So HAT is a Pakistani test, and it is a statement that Pakistanis have to give in order to secure Commonwealth from the Pakistan region. HAT or Higher Aptitude Test is conducted by HEC, which is Higher Education Commission of Pakistan. And more information on HAT can be found on my LinkedIn, and I will share it later. 80 plus score out of 100 indicates good chances in HAT, and 85 plus score indicates very good chances in HAT, in securing a scholarship. So I gave 4 HATs, higher aptitude tests. My scores were 58, 63, and third time it was 81, which falls under a good range. And then I attempted again without any preparation. Fourth time it was on me. I did not prepare it well, and it was again 81. So what changed in my third HAT test? HAT's English section is easy. HAT's math section is kind of doable if given enough practice. You kind of need to revise your matriculation and FSC mathematics if you're from engineering area. Otherwise, you just have to revise your math section of matriculation. So if you have to revise something you studied in secondary school, you can imagine that it's not that tough. So English and math are not the problematic portion of the HAT. HAT's analytical portion is big and time consuming. HAT's entire strategy revolves around chewing your time by giving you easy but lengthy problems to solve. What I did in third and fourth attempt was I attempted 40 to 60% of analytical portion first. You just have 2 hours to solve 100 questions, which is a very limited time. HAT's analytical portion does not allow you to think a lot. And if you attempt only 20 out of 40 questions, it will take about 45 to 1 hour. At least that's what was true in my case. So you took around 50 minutes out of 2 hours, you took around an hour out of 2 hours, and you are done with only 20 MCQs in the HAT portion, and you're still remaining with 80 MCQs to do in 1 more hour. This gives you an insane pressure, and if you give in to that pressure, game over. But if you do not give in to that pressure, and you do not let that pressure overwhelm you, it gives you the ability to solve HATs English and math portion under high pressure, and you can do it very quickly in matter of minutes. So I did not second guess. If I could not guess it in the first attempt, I would just mark C, because C was statistically the most probable option. Or I performed terrible in 2 HAT tests before my third HAT test, so I kind of guessed that C is the right option most of the time. So I would just mark C if I couldn't get it for the first or second attempt. So more information on scholarship and HAT on document featured on LinkedIn. You can go to my LinkedIn later, and documents, of course. Uh, this is not what is recommended. This is just something that worked for me. One reference that I delivered to a Commonwealth Scholarship Committee was from my HOD, a KAIST graduate, an excellent individual in mechanical engineering, and my other reference was my friend. Why did I referred my friend? Why did I refer my friend? Why did I get referred by my friend in a scholarship committee in a highly competitive scholarship? Why did I do that on purpose? I read the instructions very carefully. You have to do that for all your scholarships as well. You have to read their instructions again and again and again in order to get a sense of what they are wanting from you. You need to learn what they need from you in order to provide them what they want. So they did not want an academic reference, they did not want a professional reference, they wanted someone that could comment on your ability as a person. And I think that one of the people that could do that best was my friend who knew me for 3 or 4 years. So one of the academic references was strictly academic, of course, the HOD that had been seeing my academic performance all 3 to 4 years during my bachelor's. And my other academic reference was my friend. You could maybe use another academic reference or a professional reference who also knows you in personal capacity. At least in the case of Commonwealth, you're not strictly adhered to providing a professional or academic reference. Commonwealth says it usually does not sponsor a second master's. However, during my introduction, you did come to realize that I was doing a master's in UAT when I applied for scholarship. But I explained what lacked in my current masters. I explained to them that there is no hands-on practice in this masters, and my dissertation, my thesis would also be strictly simulation-based, and I wouldn't be doing any innovation in the real life. I explained that to the scholarship committee, and they considered my application that yes, this is a capable person. He knows what he wants, and he knows what he's not getting right now, what he wants from the next university. So again, the direction element, very important. Letter of motivation, it has to be a well coherent, well connected blend of direction, relevance, and brilliance. Bonus tips: chill. I did not know what I'm doing. As you can see, I'm referring my friend, and I'll also tell you in the next line. No one knows what they're doing. Stay chill. Stay super optimistic about things in the long run. If you'll keep struggling, if you'll keep worrying about things, they'll eventually get resolved. So I'm not going to tell you to relax. Just don't worry too much, but keep worrying, keep struggling, keep working on things. Okay. And I submitted my application on 3:59 p.m., which was 11:59 a.m. According to UK time, and a deadline was 12 p.m., which means a deadline was 4 p.m. for me. So the scholarship that I will be attending 9 days from now was awarded to me. I submitted its application 1 minute before the deadline. So anything can happen in your life. Any 1 minute can be life changing for you, and that 1 minute was life changing for me. This is highly not recommended. I am just trying to give you a positive aspect that every single minute of your life counts. You can be a scholarship awardee to non-scholarship awardee, or non-scholarship awardee to and scholarship awardee in one single minute. This is my LinkedIn. Feel free to connect with me, and I would be happy to answer your queries there. And this is my link to my that is hosting this session. Would be happy to share this link with everyone. Thank you. Any questions?
Hello, Hashim. I have a question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Thank you for such an informative session. Basically, I have two to three questions. The first is that as I was searching for these scholarships, there was two options. Like one is general master, and the second is shared master.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and as I was, searching about both the differences, there is in general masters, we have to go through the head process, right, from HEC and all that. And in shared masters, we don't have to go through the head test and all the processes. We just need to apply for the universities first, and then After that, we can apply for Commonwealth Scholarship, like Shivning Scholarship. So,
Mm-hmm.
can you please clarify the differences between both and what you suggest? Like, if someone is not good or not prepared for head test, so should they go through the shared masters program, or what are the possibilities that one who is applying through shared masters or general masters can get high chances of getting this scholarship? So kindly differentiate both these programs.
Um, I am not entirely sure about the details regarding general and shared. I will have to check on it. But as shared, from what I know, is that the two organizations, the Commonwealth FCDO, the organization that funds you, as well as the university that where you're studying, they share your expenses. I do not know that shared and general had different application processes. I'll have to look into that. But what I did know that shared is just that one university is having different one university in one case the university is partly funding the scholarship. So also, I think you should prefer hat one, because shifting is an entirely different thing. Shifting and Commonwealth are entertained together, yes, but shifting does consider a lot more things, such as shifting requires you to have 2+ years work experience. It also prefers that it also wants you to stay in Pakistan for 2 years after studying after completing your degree in UK. However, Commonwealth does not. Commonwealth only requires you to return to Pakistan after completing your degree, and after that you're completely free to do whatever you want. So in that case, so you can guess that shielding is a bit different from Commonwealth, and I would rather suggest you to go to through hack path, because not much people know how to attempt hat well, and a hat is not that competitive either. And there are competitive tests like GRE. There are competitive tests like entrance exams of of universities. However, with the given the right strategy, as you could see, I scored 58 out of 100 on my first try. But given the right strategy and practice and due perseverance, I think you can do an exceptional score in hat. So also, when you apply through when you apply globally, when you do not bypass the hat, then you're competing with the Chinese, with the Indians, with the Bengalis, with Sri Lankans. It's a global competition. But when you apply through hat, you're only competing with Pakistani. So the fighting pool is much smaller. So I would always encourage you to go through hat, because and the pool that is applying is much smaller and much less globalized. So you have a better chance of securing the scholarships. Both the
So,
scholarships. Go ahead.
sorry. Like the application deadline is 15th October, and we have should we take the head exam before that, or are we required to submit our head scores and
I think
of course IELTS scores both before with the application, or we can submit after the online application?
I think you can submit it later, but you need to check it with HEC or by calling them on their official number. You should do it the first thing in the morning. However, I think that they are very lenient about uploading their scores, and you can do it much later in the process.
Okay, so
That
the same goes with IELTS score, right? Like if I have, my IELTS exam in first week of November, so I couldn't be able to submit my score before 15th October. So should I apply for this scholarship this year, or I have to wait for?
you should definitely apply, and you should definitely should definitely ask these questions from HEC, and I think that they understand these technicalities. I'm about 90% sure that and the HEC will gladly accept your hat test after the deadline has been closed. So as far as IELTS thing, you have to ask that from HEC yourself.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Hashim,
salam.
what did you wrote in your development essays? Development sector one, two, three.
Can you remind me the questions that there were there?
I don't know the exact question, but it was last time I applied to it, Commonwealth, and
Hmm.
the essay was they were asking what is the development field you are working in, development sector one, two, and three. So there were three essays for development sector.
I see. Since I applied for it around 1.5 months, 1.5 years ago, I do not have quite knowledge about it. But as the things stand, the I don't remember exact contents that I wrote, but I have delivered to you the essence of what you need to do in all those questions that you are being asked. You have to consider three factors plus one additional factor. The direction, the relevance, the brilliance, and in order to mark yourself important and mark yourself with a sense of responsibility to better the country with whatever you're going to do in your masters or PhD. uh, that is how I constructed my section 1, 2, and 3. I do not remember the exact contents that I wrote, but I remember the extract, the essence of what I have been putting in my scholarship applications.
All right. What about the HAT past papers? Do you know any resource?
I think I will, if you just get connected with me on LinkedIn, I will try to look up any resources that I find on internet or any
All right. Perfect. Thank you so much.
There is one questions. There is one book that I did use. It is Doger's Hat or Doger's Gat, something like that. Doger's have a wide range of books for preparations, and you should look for one to. They have an exceptional array of material to prepare, study material. Yep. Anyone else?
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
First of all, thank you so much for such an informative session.
You're welcome.
Actually, I have a question. I am actually doing bachelor's in psychology
Hmm.
and currently in my second semester. I just want to
Hmm.
ask from your personal experience, like
Hmm.
what would you suggest be a student, like how they can utilize their time to strengthen their application if they're aiming to apply for Commonwealth Scholarship like in near future?
Right. uh, and one of the surefire ways to get a scholarship is to just do a publication. I think that if you're a published author in your bachelor's, any scholarship committee would just happily adopt you. It's a surefire way to get a scholarship. Publications are a contribution to knowledge, to the existing knowledge in the world. So if you're doing that, then you're definitely a scholar, even if you aren't awarded with a scholarship. So if you have a lot of time, you can go to your professors and tell them that I want to write a research article with you, I want to do research with you, I want to do a publication. If you do not have enough time for publication, just look around for the problems in your own community, and try to apply what you've learned. Like I learned electromagnetism in in 8th class. I learned shock absorbers in 10th class, and I immediately combined the two processes while observing the bumpy roads of Pakistan. Hey, these roads are bumpy, we could actually extract a lot of energy from them. So I just, just apply your knowledge. And this is what scholarship organizations look for. They're like, okay, this guy is looking around, he's looking for the problems, she's looking for the problems, she's trying to solve them, let's fund her, let's help her do that. So this is what scholarship committees do. So answering your question, you should do publications, or you should just look around for problems, indigenous problems, and try to solve them indigenously. Anyone else?
Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, I have written the question in the chat box as well, and if you can just go through it. I have done recently. I have done LLB, and I have transcripts of 9 semesters. Along with that, I have a course completion certificate from our HOD of our department. Result of 10 semester is pending. So, can I apply for it or not?
I think you can apply for it. You can apply for it as long as you get your degree by August 2025. But I do not know. Would you be able to get your degree by August 2025?
I have no idea. Maybe yes. I'll be having that by 2025, August 2025.
It's like July, August, June. It's one of those summer months when they're like, give us your degree. So if you are able to secure your degree by then, or if you get it issued earlier, it's also an option. You can also get your degree earlier for scholarship purposes. Then you can apply for the scholarship. Then they do not need your degree immediately. If they do ask you for your degree right now, you can just provide them with a hope certificate. A hope certificate is a document that shows that this person will graduate by this time. So we will be able to provide you the official degree by this time. So you may consider this person as a candidate for these potential scholarships. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hi, Hashim.
Hi,
Am I
Larry.
audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay, I just wanted to ask about publications. I don't have any publications, so I just want to know if they play a big role in the applications because I'm wondering whether I should even apply for the Commonwealth or not. I do
Uh,
come from a humanities and social sciences background, just
mhm.
to let you know.
It's fine. I did not have any publications either. Publications is just that one thing that sets your scholarship in stone. If not Commonwealth, you'd get some other. It's just that one thing. Getting yourself published in your bachelor's is a prestige that is recognized globally, and it is something that not everyone is able to achieve. It is something very prestigious, and I think that it's all right if I did not get any publications in my bachelor's either. I do not. I'm in masters. I'm 1 year. I was 1 years into my masters, and I still do not have any publications. It's totally fine. What is really observed in the applications is your potential to secure publications. If you've not already done it, you can exhibit the potential that you have to secure publications, or do projects, or contribute to your country positively. So the things that you need to figure out are the three big questions that I asked you: your direction, your relevance, and your brilliance. And by brilliance, I do not need you to present a gold medal certificate and gold medals, or runner-ups, or first in some competition awards. I just need you to be passionate about something, that I want to do it. I have done it in the past. I will do it again. Something like that. Something that shows that you're full of passion, and you are here to do something. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I have a question. If you can hear me, can you?
Yeah,
hear me?
I can. You're audible.
Okay, so my question was कि just to be clear, the core requirements of this application is कि एक हमने HAT का test दिया और एक हमने IELTS का test दिया.
बिल्कुल.
और from my understanding is कि at the time of application it's not really necessary कि आपने दोनों test दिए हो.
You have to get that. You have to get that confirmed from the HEC. I'm 100%, not 100%, 90% sure about the HAT, because a HAT is like happening at 2 November, I guess. By that,
26th October to 2 November. असल
Yeah.
में ज़्यादा confusion यही थी क्योंकि जो आखिरी दिन है CSC की application का वही आखिरी दिन है HAT की भी registration का. तो that gives a perception कि अच्छा you can definitely कि आप HAT बाद में भी दे सकते हैं.
ऐसा ही है, बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है. वो आपसे पूछते भी, आपको कॉल भी करते हैं. मेरा पिछले साल ना एक दफ़ा स्टेपेंडम हंगेरिकम पिछले साल इस तरह एक वजह से इसलिए भी लूज हो गया था कि ना मैंने एक साइड पे also you have to apply at both the you need to when I told you about reading the instructions, it means that you are bound to read them very carefully. And if you read them carefully, you'll get to know that you have to apply at two websites at once. There is this scholarships.hec.gov.pk, and then there's another there's another website that is the global website where Bengalis, Indians, and Sri Lankans and other ethnicities are also applying. That is the Commonwealth's own website. So you have to apply at two scholarships. HEC nominates using hat that okay, these are good candidates. You are free to pick any one of them, and then Commonwealth picks one of them based on the application you provided at their own portal. So what I did wrong once was that I applied on one portal, I made application on other portal, but I got busy and I did not press the submit button. So I was discarded out of the category despite having a good hat score. So yeah, you have to read things very carefully, and you have to check with the respective organizations through calls, through messages. I have done around 13 emails to HEC. They do respond. There is their portal. It's their ticket portal. They take around a week to reply, but they always respond. So any queries you have, you can just ask HEC, and they'll respond to you within a week.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hello, you're audible, S. Mansoor.
Yeah, it's Shaliza. Thank you so much for this session. It was great, and I really loved that you dive into the aspects that are applicable to literally every scholarship application. So thank you for that. I had three questions. So first one is that you mentioned about hat and the resources and everything. So I've also seen that there are specific types of hat. So do you select the type of hat that you have to give according to the course that you selected? So for example, if I'm selecting an overarching like business related course, so I'll give the management science slash business related hat, right?
Yep. Yeah. There's four types of hats. I forgot to mention that. You can just Google that, and there is hat one, hat two, hat three, hat four. Each one of them deals to a different category of students. One deals with medicine. Medicinal people can also apply for Commonwealth and go for medicinal masters. And there's also architecture, I guess, arts. There's arts. There's I think business, and there's engineering. I'm not sure. You'll have to check that out. But you can apply based on any of these, or any you can apply on Commonwealth regardless. You just need to apply for the right hat.
Okay, perfect. Also, so you mentioned that when you selected your university, you went on to the subject ranking. Okay, engineering में कौन सी university है that's doing great work and they have research and everything. So, how was the process for you? Like, did you go to, for example, the subject ranking list, जो QS ranking mostly होती है subject ranking wise? Did you
Yep.
take that pathway, or did you just like randomly explore universities until you find something that resonated with you?
That's a very good question. I have actually addressed that question, filtering out the good universities, and I have actually addressed that question in a document named "Adding a Feather to Your Hat" on my LinkedIn profile. It's a six-pager long PDF, and I have featured it on my profile as well. And in that, you basically make a checklist. Is the application fee free? I do not want to spend thousands of rupees applying for universities. Application fee is free. Does not require GRE. I have enough GPA to apply for it. I had 3.14 GPA in my NUST. So sometimes they ask you for first honors degree, and you sometimes do fall, and sometimes you do not fall into first honors if you have a 3.14. So I had to do a lot of filtering. Do I have enough GPA? This and that and that. After that, I had a list of good universities that I could apply to. Cranfield, in my case, has a good acceptance rate. Also, you have to also consider the acceptance rate. What if you get a scholarship, but Oxford does not want you in there? So that would be a problem, no? So the Cranfield has an acceptance rate of 66%, which is huge. Anything above 50%, 40% is huge. You can easily get in the university. It had no application fees. It was ranked 28 in mechanical engineering. I searched it according to QS ranking mechanical engineering. So it showed me all the according to mechanical engineering, and then I just, you can go QS business, QS architecture, QS chemical engineering, whatever the category you're trying to pursue, QS medicine. So QS mechanical, and it was ranked 28, and it filled all the checks. So I applied for it. This is how I filtered. You can look into more details on my LinkedIn.
Sounds great. I did actually find that document, so I'll definitely read it.
Mhm.
So one last question. So, what do you recommend for business majors? So, the thing is that everything that we want to do that has that business lens to it. So, how do you think we should connect that with the development goals? And
Mhm.
do you
Mhm.
think that like connecting that to SDGs or connecting that to
Mhm.
UK government's
That's really important. Yeah.
2050?
Yeah.
Any
You.
tips to do that effectively if you're like a business major?
Um, I think you should need to apply the STAR approach here. You first need to identify the situation, the problem in Pakistan. You'll always begin your application with, "This is the problem. This is what I want to learn. This is after I've learned it, I will be able to solve this problem." So it all stems from a problem. And I love this organization, Girls Fly Pakistan. I instantly acceded to their request to for a scholarship session. We do need women empowerment in Pakistan, and we do need scholarship awareness. They filled both the checks, and I instantly said yes to it. So and there was a situation that I assessed. This is a problem, and I used a STAR approach on Girls Fly Pakistan as well. And here we are. So you need to look what can be solved in Pakistan if you have unlimited amount of resources in terms of business. Unlimited in amounts, basically your scholarship. If you would want to solve one problem in Pakistan using business, what would that be?
So you have to like think very specifically what you want to solve and then frame your answer
Yeah,
accordingly.
exactly. Your direction has to be as straight as an arrow. That increases your chances of getting a scholarship. The scholarship committee reads it, and they're like, okay, this person is dedicated to do it. He or she will struggle to accomplish it without a scholarship, and we can accelerate their career and help them solve this problem quicker if we give them a scholarship. So this motivates them to give a scholarship. You get my point. They're giving scholarships so that the problem solvers can solve their problems quicker. So you need, but in order for a problem solver to exist, the problem has to exist first in your application. So you will be needing a problem that you'll be solving using your business first. And there could be problems in digital marketing, business. You just have to brainstorm it, think, decide what you want to do next into your future, and how it connects with your past.
Perfect. Makes sense. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I also have another question if that's okay with you.
It's okay.
Okay, so I just wanted to add something. पहले ये जो शेवनी की application है ना, उसके अंदर there is a very good portal that can help you find universities for other
Mm-hmm.
scholarships as well. ये तो
Mm-hmm.
अच्छा, तो my question basically is कि जो Commonwealth की application है, उसके
Mm-hmm.
अंदर ask about कि what are the sustainable development goals with which your scholarship aligns.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, if you're aiming for something like political economy, so of course it can align with a lot of different things. So, what
Just
do you
mention
think?
just
So,
mention all of them. It's fine. I mentioned three on a whim. basically all of the SDGs are very beneficial, and all of them are if followed, help a community thrive, help would help Pakistan thrive a lot. It would be great if you could manage to convince themselves that that your problem addresses more than one SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. I mentioned three. I think I do not remember which one of them, but providing electrification in Pakistan would make Pakistan a smart, a sustainable, and would provide would create opportunities, and would create jobs here. So. You could guess that around three or four SDGs do meet that criteria.
My question was particularly in regards to the fact that they have a drop down menu in which we have to choose three sustainable development goals. So उसमें मैं basically my question ये था कि do you think कि I should like first try to finalize my जो मेरा वो है SOP है और बाकी essays हैं, और फिर मैं देखूं कि कौन से ज़्यादा
Yep. You should first construct your whole rationale, and then see what aligns with that rationale, what aligns with that scholarship application. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Hashim, we circulated one Google form and we have received some of the questions from there as well. Can I ask those questions now?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
First question is, what specific areas of study can avail this scholarship? Is there any limit for one specific group?
There is no limit to which organization can achieve this, which area can achieve this. If you're in physiotherapy health, you can even afford it, even though physiotherapy is a very niche, and you think that it will not get a scholarship. No, if you're in physiotherapy, you can apply for the scholarship, you can get the scholarship. Think of any other digital marketing, yes, and you can apply for it and you can get it. Anything that is being taught in UK, and anything that HAT can cover, HAT, under its four umbrellas, under its umbrella of four hat types, hat 1, hat 2, hat 3, hat 4. You need to check which one your program aligns with, and trust me, and those umbrellas are very broad. So this scholarship is competitive, yes, but it also accommodates you a lot, because it allows you to study anything and everything.
That's great. And the second question is, do we require HEC, IBCC equivalents?
No.
Like, all
Uh,
right.
I don't know about the equivalence, but you do not require the HEC or IBCC attestations for this scholarship. You just need your bachelor's degree, and you just need your academic transcript within the provided dates. You need your hat, you need your IELTS. That's it. I'm not sure even about the IELTS. Maybe, probably it's not required. Probably it's required. Probably it's required right now. Probably it's required after the deadline and until a specific date. You'll have to check with it with the HEC through using their
If
call.
if our degree is not declared yet, but we have an official transcript, still we can apply with that?
Yes, we can.
All right. The next question is, how do you explain gaps in your resume while applying for scholarships?
And just I did have a gap in my resume. It's totally all right to have gaps. You can explain it with any personal circumstances that were happening. And they do not want a perfect person, and they just want a person that is committed to strive, and they do not want a perfect candidate, an A-star candidate that fills all the checks. You can just explain it, like I said, you can introduce your personal convictions into the mix. My the electrification of Lahore, the electrification of the vehicles running inside the Lahore is my type of revenge from the cancer that took away the life of my grandmother in my arms. It was I still miss her, and she would have been very proud of me today. So the problem is that we live in a very polluted country, and I want to change that. You can bring your own personal conviction into your application, and it could stem from your resume gap too. Whatever the problems you were struggling with, whatever the things you want to change that happened due to during the resume gap, you should mention them. I encourage you to mention them. Resume gap is fine, totally fine, as long as you justify it. And it is not a deal breaker. uh, I thought that having a second master's option would be a deal breaker for me, but it was not. They said they usually do not allow you to attend a second master's if you're already attending first master's, but they did make an exception for me. So and they could make an exception for your resume gap as well. Feel free to apply, feel courage to apply, and 1 minute can change your life from a non-scholarship awardee to scholarship awardee. Yeah.
All right. And the next question is, does Commonwealth prefer fresh grads or the candidates with the professional experience? And also, what are some of the tips for winning scholarships, particularly for mid-career professionals?
Uh, I recently joined the pre-departure session. Pre-departure session is basically a Commonwealth organization training you through British Council, training you to a smoother transition into UK, and all of the Commonwealth scholars and Shivning scholars were there with me, and they belong to a diverse set of age group, and we had people from there now who had just completed their bachelors. We had people who were into their as you said mid job life, and we had the people from all areas of Pakistan, and all majors. So there was a very diverse set of group that I encountered there. I thought that I would be meeting engineers and doctors and architectural people there. There were environmentalists. There were biochemistry professors. There were professors there who had tens of years of experience teaching, and then they decided to apply for the scholarship and got it. There were people from Peshawar, from areas of Pakistan I did not know name of. There were people from Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, you name it, and all age groups, both gender types, and the gender mixing ratio was 50-50, I think, and also yeah. uh, Feel free to apply. Do not let your age gap or anything stop you, unless it's the technical documentation, unless it's the technical documents, unless yeah. Except that, you are free to apply. If you belong to any age group or field, you are welcome to apply.
All right. And the next question is very interesting. How do you address career changing in your scholarship application, particularly if transitioning to a new field?
uh, a star approach, I guess. You need to realize what the new problem is and how you can address it. Although you do then need to also justify how your current existing data set, how your current existing skill set does not address that problem, and how the new problem is of more urgency than the previous one, or your previous field. Why did you have to tell them why the previous thing did not work, and why the new thing has to work, and what you intend to do further into the future. Again, direction does matter, but it's not a rule set in stone. If you can just justify your previous decisions, why I learned that, why it did not work, why I want to learn this now, why it will work. if you, as long as you're able to justify all your actions, and uh, you'll be good to go. I think some guy from Pakistan got into Harvard after quitting his first major and then jumping right into the into some other major, and he was able to beautifully justify how and why he want to switch his career into a different field. So you can do that as well, as long as you're addressing some problem that needs to be addressed and you address it in a coherent manner. It's okay. You can switch
So,
fields.
so like while addressing problems, we should address of our current niche working area or the problems like we want to work on in the other field.
You'll need to apply, listen. You applied for that field. You studied that field for 4 years. You need to justify why you did that. You chose that field, right? So you need to justify why you did something that you did, why it did not work in current Pakistani scenario, why you want to shift to new field, and how you intend to benefit yourself with your new field, benefit Pakistan with your new field. So as long as you keep managing to justify your actions, I think it's you stand a good chance. Scholarship committees do consider second chances, as they did in my case.
And the next question is, how should one design impactful projects? Like, do we need to work technically on those projects, or like ideas can work too that you want to work on that ideas?
You don't have to work. You don't have to be already working on something in order to secure a good a good scholarship. You just need to be very thorough with your research. क्या करूँगा, वहाँ जाके क्या सीखूंगी, किस चीज़ पे काम करूँगा, कौन सा स्किल सीखूंगी, उस स्किल को यहाँ पे कैसे अप्लाई करूँगी, उस स्किल की यहाँ पे क्यों ज़रूरत है, ये वाला मसला पहले क्यों नहीं हल हुआ हुआ, ये वाला मसला पाकिस्तान का स्पेसिफिक क्यों है, ये मसला अंग्रेज़ों ने पहले हल क्यों नहीं कर दिया. you you need to answer all those questions. Direction, relevance, also relevance, क्योंकि आपको ये भी देखना है कि ना इस स्कॉलरशिप की अपनी क्या रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं. ये स्कॉलरशिप चाहती है पाकिस्तान ज़्यादा सस्टेनेबल हो, पाकिस्तान एक बेहतर इकॉनमी बने, पाकिस्तान ज़्यादा प्रोग्रेसिव हो, मतलब अवेयरनेस बढ़े. तो as long as you keep satisfying their goals while also making sense with your direction, I think it should work.
That's a wonderful advice. And the last question is, what tips can you provide for selecting references, and how much weight do they carry in the selection process?
They carry a lot of weight, and I think I'll brag my whole life कि मेरे दोस्त ने मुझे रेफर किया था. Like मैं उसके घर, मतलब वो डे स्कॉलर था, मैं उसके घर सोता रहा, उसके घर मूवीज देखता रहा, उसके घर फन करता रहा, और एट द एंड ऑफ द डे मैंने उससे स्कॉलरशिप रेफरेंस भी लिखवाया और वो काम किया. You need to again you need to read instructions, you need to read them again and again. मैं बार बार उनकी इंस्ट्रक्शंस में रीड करता रहा कि ना एकेडमिक, उन्होंने ना इंस्ट्रक्शंस बड़ी स्पेसिफिक बनाई हुई हैं, बड़ी ना ये चाहिए, ये चाहिए. वो जो आपका जो रेफरेंसर है वो आपकी एक स्ट्रेंथ पे भी बात कर सके, एक वीकनेस पे भी बात कर सके. मैंने कहा इतना तो कोई मेरे प्रोफेसर जानता ही नहीं होगा, इतना तो कोई जिस इंडस्ट्री में मैंने काम किया इतना तो मुझे जानता भी नहीं होगा, और इस तरह से वो इतनी कैजुअली मेरी स्ट्रेंथ या वीकनेस को मेंशन भी नहीं करेगा, तो कौन कर सकता है. फिर मैंने देखता रहा, उन्होंने नहीं मेंशन किया हुआ था एक एकेडमिक रेफरेंस को, नहीं मेंशन किया था प्रोफेशनल रेफरेंस को. मैंने कहा चलो लेट्स गो विद दैट, कुछ नहीं होता, ये भी ट्राई कर लेते हैं. एंड इट वर्कड. दे वांटेड समवन हु कुड कमेंट ऑन माय एबिलिटीज एंड माय वीकनेसेस. तो दैट्स व्हाट आई एग्जैक्टली डिड एंड इट वर्कड फॉर मी. आपको पहला जो रेफरेंस है वो तो आपका स्ट्रिक्टली एकेडमिक होना चाहिए, और आपको देखना चाहिए कि उस बंदे का, रेफरेंस का मतलब क्या होता है, रेफरेंस का मतलब ये होता है कि ये बंदा इंडोर्सेस मी. तो जितना पावरफुल बंदा आपको इंडोर्स करेगा उतना बेहतर है. ठीक है। एक मैंने इंडोर्समेंट ले ली एक बहुत पावरफुल अपने फैकल्टी मेंबर से, जो क्या कहते हैं हु वाज वेरी क्वालिफाइड एंड डूइंग इम्पैक्टफुल वर्क। एक मैंने इंडोर्समेंट ले ली एक ऐसे पर्सन से, वो प्रेफरेबली टीचर होना चाहिए था, नहीं था टीचर, सो इट्स फाइन। तो मैंने वो ऐसे बंदे से जो कि वो आपकी कोई कॉलीग, वर्क कॉलीग भी हो सकती है, वो आपकी क्या कहते हैं कोई सुपरवाइज़र भी हो सकती है, जिसके साथ आपके अच्छे रिलेशनशिप्स हों, जो आपके बारे में बहुत अच्छी तरीके से उन सवालों को आंसर कर दे जो उन्होंने रेफरेंस सेक्शन के अंदर एक सेक्शन बनाया हुआ है, उसके अंदर डाले हुए कि ये वाले सवाल ना आपके रेफरेंस को, आपके रेफरेंस लेटर के अंदर आपके रेफरी ने आपको क्या कहते हैं उनको आंसर किया हो। तो उन सवालों को आंसर करो कंपेयर्ड के रेफरेंस के लिए किस बंदे के पास जाए। जब उन्होंने एक गाइडलाइन दी, एक रूब्रिक दी है, उन्होंने एक आपको सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दिए हैं जो आपने आंसर करवाने हैं, तो आप फिर उन क्वेश्चंस पे ही फोकस करो।
All right. If anyone from the audience has any question, can drop it in the chat box or like unmute yourself and ask directly.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so on the HEC portal, there is a section that requires you to upload your research, like your research idea, and also an SOP. So I understand that for the Commonwealth portal, there are separate questions and separate, prompts that you have to fill. But for HEC, there is no such direction. It's just mentioned that attach your SOP. So, which SOP should we attach over there? And also, if we're applying for a master's, we might not have a research proposal. So, should we just mention our brief idea that we presented in the like Commonwealth application?
बिल्कुल
That's
बिल्कुल।
what we want to research on.
You might not even be able to upload all of that. As far as I remember, it's a very small character limit. It's going to let you type only 3 to 4 Word document lines into that proposal that they're demanding from you. They're just going to have जिस तरह वन लाइनर नहीं हम कहते हैं कि यार मैंने ये करना है, मैं वहाँ पे जाऊँगा, ये सीखूंगा, करूँगा, उससे ये फ़ायदा होगा, दैट्स इट। मेरा ख्याल है आपको पूरा रिसर्च SOP, यस, स्टेटमेंट ऑफ पर्पस, तो आपको आपके पास एक डिफ़ॉल्ट टेम्पलेट होना चाहिए जिसमें आप थोड़ी सी चेंजिंग करके हर जगह पे आप अपलोड कर सको। SOP फॉर जॉब, SOP फॉर स्कॉलरशिप 1, SOP फॉर स्कॉलरशिप 2, ठीक है। लेकिन एज फार एज रिसर्च प्रपोजल, जो कि ज़्यादा मुश्किल चीज़ होती है, वो तो इतना डिटेल्ड आप अपलोड कर भी नहीं सकते HEC की वेबसाइट पे। वो तो मेरा ख्याल है बहुत थोड़ी सी उसकी करेक्टर लिमिट है। और आपको इस स्टेज पे अभी अगर आप आज अप्लाई करते हो तो आपका सितंबर 2025 में आप अपने मास्टर्स पढ़ना स्टार्ट करोगे, ठीक है। तो देयर इज 1 ईयर गैप इन बिटवीन। आपको कैसे पता है कि आपने क्या किस चीज़ पे रिसर्च करनी है? आपको नहीं पता। यू जस्ट नीड टू कीप इट वेरी ब्रीफ, ठीक है। यू जस्ट नीड टू हैव एन आइडिया कि यार ये प्रॉब्लम है, I am going to be a researcher, I am going to be an investigator, I will be personally investigating this problem by studying in this field, and I will be solving it this way. Okay? So, and that's a research proposal.
ठीक है। Again, just a very small follow-up. So for SOP, हम अपनी किसी भी एक यूनिवर्सिटी चॉइस की SOP एक जो HEC पोर्टल पर अपलोड करें होंगे।
ऐसे ही है। बिल्कुल बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है। आप जो बट आई रिकमेंड इज़ कि आप ना स्टेटमेंट ऑफ पर्पस जेनेरिक बनवा लें। किसी भी, अगर आपने HOD से अपनी बनवानी है तो उनको बार बार तंग करना अच्छी बात नहीं है। मैंने जो स्टेटमेंट ऑफ पर्पस बनवाई थी ना, उसमें किसी यूनिवर्सिटी का नाम नहीं मेंशन किया था, उसमें किसी स्कॉलरशिप का नाम नहीं मेंशन किया था, उसमें किसी प्रोग्राम स्टडी का नाम नहीं मेंशन किया था। वो कहती थी, वो जो SOP थी ना, वो कहती थी यार ये हमारा बहुत अच्छा स्टूडेंट है, इसको ना स्कॉलरशिप दे दो अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में। तो उससे ये होता है कि ना फिर आपको बार बार वो एक ही डॉक्यूमेंट दोबारा नहीं बनवाना पड़ता डिफरेंट यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के लिए। उसमें नाम मेंशन नहीं होता, तो वो आप एक ही PDF ना हर जगह पे अटैच करते जाते हो। तो इस तरह की SOP या इस तरह का रेफरेंस लेटर आप आराम से जगह जगह पे इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो।
There is one question in the chat box. Should we proofread and improve our SOP by the help of any alumni, or is it good investment to pay for it? What will be your suggestions?
जिस तरह मैंने बताया कि मैं एक अपनी इंट्यूशन से चलने वाला बंदा हूँ. इट इज़ ऑलवेज अ गुड आइडिया टू गेट एज मैनी रीड्स एज पॉसिबल. ठीक है, आप मुझे भेज दो, आई डोंट माइंड हेल्पिंग. ठीक है, मैं देखूंगा कि उसमें क्या इम्प्रूवमेंट्स हो सकती हैं. आप और कॉमनवेल्थ के लोगों को कांटेक्ट करो, आप उन्हें कहो कि हमारी हेल्प करें. आपने इस साल ली थी, अगले साल हमने लेनी है इंशाल्लाह, आप हेल्प करें. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों के पास जाएं. अगर कोई आपको लगता है कि यार दैट सर्विस इज़ वर्थ इट और आप उसे अफोर्ड कर भी सकते हैं, तो ले लें उसको. जितना गुड़ डालेंगे उतना मीठा होगा. और अपने ही फ्यूचर में इन्वेस्ट करना कोई बुरी बात नहीं है, लेकिन ये मजबूरी नहीं है कि अब आप अगर किसी पेड बंदे से रिव्यू नहीं करवाएंगे तो वो नहीं होगी. मैंने तो किसी से पेड नहीं रिव्यू करवाई, मैंने तो अपनी खुद ही लिखी है. और मैंने बस देखा है कि यार वो मांग क्या रहे हैं, उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट्स क्या हैं. अगर आपने पे लेट से कर भी दिया और उनके पास एक डिफ़ॉल्ट टेम्पलेट पड़ा हुआ था, बड़ा अच्छा सा, बड़ी अच्छी इंग्लिश वाला, और वो उन्होंने वो भर दिया और वो रिक्वायरमेंट्स फुल ना की जो कॉमनवेल्थ ने की हुई, फिर काम खराब हो गया ना. तो सबसे पहले गाइडलाइंस देखें कि यार क्या है, मतलब उन्होंने मांगा हुआ क्या है, उससे बनाएं, एक ढांचा बना लें एक, और फिर उस ढांचे के ऊपर आप अपना फ्लैश और फिर उसकी स्किन आप अपना लेकर आएँ, तो उसको पॉलिश करें. तो सबसे पहले यू स्टार्ट योरसेल्फ, और फिर आप ना बेस्ड ऑन द गाइडलाइंस दैट यू बीन प्रोवाइडेड, फिर उसके बाद आप ना उसको इम्प्रूव करते जाएं, और लोगों को पढ़ाते जाएं, ये ऐड करवा लो, ये करवा लो. एंड बी प्रोएक्टिव अबाउट कॉन्टैक्टिंग पीपल. ये आप याद रखें, और ये मुझे भी याद रखना पड़ेगा. uh, we are not we are not helping each other अभी भी half as much Indians would help each other. Indians मुझे बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं. I love Indians. Indians are very helpful towards each other Indians, and Indians are helpful towards other ethnicities as well. आप अगर कॉमनवेल्थ में मतलब कॉमनवेल्थ सर्च करें, स्टेपेंडम हंगेरिकम सर्च करें, फुल ब्राइट सर्च करें, यूसुफ पी सर्च करें. ठीक है, जितनी भी बड़ी बड़ी वेबसाइट है लिंक्डइन के ऊपर के ये किस किस को मिला इस साल, और आप उनके पास जाएं, उनसे कहें कि हमारी हेल्प करो, एक दूसरे की हेल्प करो. मैं भी ये फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट ही कर रहा हूँ. तो द थिंग इज कि आपको चाहिए कि आप एक दूसरे की हेल्प करो, जितनी जितनी कर सकते हैं करो, एक दूसरे का प्रूफ रीड करो. और yeah, that's all my advice to it. Do not pay for it. I did not pay for it. I managed it somehow. You can too. और बेहतर है मेरे से.
And the next question is, what is the deadline for having acceptance or offer letter from universities?
जो मैंने HEC के थ्रू अप्लाई किया है, पहले मेरी स्कॉलरशिप की वो आई है, कंफर्मेशन आई है, प्रोविजनल सिलेक्शन आई है कि हमने आपकी क्रैनफील्ड के अंदर इस प्रोग्राम के अंदर कर दी है. अब जाएं क्रैनफील्ड से अपना एप्लीकेशन ऑफर लेटर लेकर आएँ, फिर अनकंडीशनल लेकर आएँ. फिर अनकंडीशनल भी मिल जाता है. जब आपके पास स्कॉलरशिप लगी हुई हो तो पहले कंडीशनल देते हैं, फिर आप प्रोवाइड करते हो कि यार देखो मेरे से डिपॉजिट क्यों मांग रहे हैं, मैंने तो ऑलरेडी स्कॉलरशिप. तो अनकंडीशनल दे देते हैं. अनकंडीशनल के बाद वीज़ा दे देते हैं, वीज़ा 5 दिन में आ जाता है. यूके का वीज़ा सिक्योर करना इज़ वन ऑफ द ईजीएस्ट वीज़ाज फॉर पाकिस्तानीज. मैंने 12 को अप्लाई किया था, 17 को आ गया था. I received my nomination in 13th June, I think. 13th June. Yeah. You're welcome. वो प्रोविजनल नॉमिनेशन थी. प्रोविजनल नॉमिनेशन के बाद आपने कुछ काम करने होते हैं. आपने अपने क्या कहते हैं, जब आपकी सिलेक्शन हो जाए तो उसके बाद आपने अपना अनकंडीशनल ऑफर लेटर लेना होता है, आपने वीज़ा अप्लाई करना होता है. वीज़ा अप्लाई करने के बाद आपको वो जो चीज़ें बेचते हैं आपने वो चीज़ें करनी होती हैं, और उन सब के बाद आप इंशाल्लाह फिर आप यूके जाते हैं. इज देयर एन इंटरव्यू टू? नहीं, 95% चांसेस होते हैं इंटरव्यू नहीं होगा आपका. यूके के वीज़ा प्रोसेस में इंटरव्यू नहीं होता.
I guess there are not any more questions, and we should move towards the wrapping up of the session. And thank you so much, Mr. Hashim, for taking out time and sharing all the valuable insights. And thank you, all of you, for being a great audience and for all the brimming questions. I would like to say stay connected on our social media platform of Girls Fly Pakistan, and you can refer to the YouTube for the recordings of this session and all the previous sessions we have conducted so far, including Shivling, MyTex, and we have covered all the sessions. Also, we conducted sessions from the Chief Learning Officer at NASA, so you can see that as well. And good luck with all your applications. And I look forward to seeing you all in the future events. Take care. Allah Hafiz. And you all can leave the meet now.